Welcome to session 3 of the education series for the Rural Nevada Pitch Competition Business Model Canvas. I'm Carol Hines, a mentor with Entrepreneurs Assembly, a Nevada nonprofit that conducts roundtables, workshops, and events to mentor the entrepreneurial journey. This training, the Business Model Canvas, is the third in a series of 5 training videos created for you to help ensure your success in building your business and prepare you for the Rural Nevada Pitch Competition on November 6th. Note that all live sessions, including the pitch practice, will be conducted via Zoom. We currently anticipate that this will be an entirely virtual event due to the COVID-19 pandemic, including the pitches on November 6th, but we'll be prepared to announce an in-person location in rural Nevada should conditions change. 5 applicants will be selected to pitch to a panel of investors on November 6th for prizes up to $1,000. All information about this program, including requirements for participating, how to apply to pitch, the schedule of education and mentoring sessions, can be found on the website listed below this video or by sending a message to nvruralpitch2020@gmail.com. To receive an invitation and a link to participate in the live sessions, please sign up by sending an email to that same address. Your homework from the first education session was to develop your value proposition and do customer discovery research to make sure you are creating a product or service that people need and will pay a high enough price for you to make a profit. Your homework from the second education session was to analyze the data gathered during your research to define your customer, your ideal customer, your customer segments, and your target market. To define and quantify your cost of goods sold and your operating expenses, and determine the minimum price you must charge to be profitable. You were also instructed on how to create a 1-year pro forma sales forecast and income statement to demonstrate your profitability. The information you received during this training session also assisted you in updating the applicable sections of your business model canvas. Sections 2, customers and customer segments, Sections 8, revenue streams, and Section 9, cost structure. If you have not completed all this homework, we suggest that you review these training sessions, complete the homework, and then come back to this session. In the Entrepreneurs Assembly Roadmap for Starting a Business, we define the stages as customer discovery, customer validation, and customer creation. Though you may have progressed to some aspects of customer validation and even customer creation, in this training about the business model canvas, we will continue to focus on customer discovery. At this point, you should now have gathered and analyzed enough information to answer these 3 questions. Have you found a product market fit? Who are your customers and how do you reach them? And can you make money and grow your company? You are now ready to look at how you will structure the internal functions of your company. The agenda for today is to formally introduce you to the business model canvas as a tool to define and develop your business model or pivot your existing business. In addition to describing why it is an important tool, we will review all 9 sections of the business model canvas so you can complete the definition of your business model. The business model canvas is a strategic management tool for entrepreneurs to rapidly describe, design, challenge, invent, and pivot your business model. It allows you to envision your entire organization on one page and provides you, as a founder, the ability to immediately see the effect of making changes to your business model as you proceed on your path to creating or pivoting a profitable venture. The business model canvas methodology has been widely adopted by the business community and is taught in business schools and other organizations that support entrepreneurs around the world. The business model canvas methodology for building your business from an idea was developed by Alexander Osterwalder, a Swiss business theorist, from his earlier work on business model ontology. In 2010, Osterwalder co-authored the book Business Model Generation. which is available anywhere business publications are sold and is a valuable addition to the reference library of all entrepreneurs. There is no doubt that every business needs to create a comprehensive business plan to operate a successful business. Your business plan is, in a sense, a step-by-step guide of how the various elements of your organization operate and interact with each other on a daily basis. As such, it will be lengthy and should include the following sections: executive summary, industry overview, market analysis, competitive analysis, management plan, operating plan, sales plan, marketing plan, and financial plan. You will be seeking if you will be seeking significant funding from external sources such as financial institution and banks or investors, you will need to have a comprehensive business plan. As a small business that is primarily funded from profits and non-institutional sources such as family and friends and crowdfunding, you will still need to develop some elements of a business plan, such as a financial, marketing, sales, and operating plan. These are always necessary aspects of the planning required to run any business. All other elements of your business plan, such as your business description, industry overview, and competitive analysis can often be included in a one-page summary. The business model canvas, on the other hand, should always be your starting point, no matter the size of your business, for all the reasons previously discussed. It is customer and market focused. Remember, you don't have a business if you don't have customers. They are your market. And it is a tool that allows you to view your entire organization to see what and where changes are necessary or desirable before committing any dollars, time, or resources, or spending many hours and days creating a business plan. This is an example of a business model canvas template. Your business model can and should be defined with bullet points on just one page. You can perform this exercise, in other words, create a business model canvas online using tools available on either strategizer.com or canvanizer.com. If you would like a business model canvas template that you can download and print out, send a message to nvruralpitch2020@gmail.com. The business model canvas was introduced in the first training of a session of this series, where we discussed creating the value proposition for your company and product and service as it relates to solving your customers' pains and bringing them gains in their business and their lives. In the second training session, we discussed sections 2, customer and customer segments, and did an exercise to provide information for section 5, revenue streams, and 9, cost structure. In this training session, we will review all sections of the business model canvas so you can complete the definition of your business model. The canvas is divided up into 9 sections as shown here. These are the 9 things that you need to consider, have a picture of, so to speak, and get right in order to build a successful, profitable business. The sections are numbered in the order in which you should be addressing them, starting with your value proposition for your customers, emphasizing once more that you don't have a business if you don't have customers, and you won't have customers if you are not developing something that is solving a problem and bringing them some value. The sections of the canvas are organized into segments that represent the external elements of your business associated with your customers on the right, and the internal elements that represent how you build and deliver your product or service and other operational aspects of your business. We start with the external elements. These are the elements associated with your customer, the value you will provide to them, how you will reach them, how you will keep them happy, and get repeat sales and referrals from them, and how you will get revenue from them. We start here because, not to sound like a broken record, without customers, you have no company. The first section of the external elements is your value proposition. To review, In your value proposition, you are describing the customer problems you are solving, how you are solving them, and why your solution is better than any real or perceived competition. In the first training session, we introduced you to the value proposition canvas to help you define your value proposition for your customers and customer segments. You were instructed to, as it were, get out of the building and interview prospective customers to gather information to refine your value proposition. The data you gathered in these interviews was used not just to refine your value proposition, but also to define your ideal customer and customer segments and begin to define your target market. Section 2 is where you define your customer and customer segments. We covered customers, customer personas and archetypes, and customer segmentation in the second training. Defining and refining the definition of your customer and customer segments is a necessary step in defining your target market or markets. In the next training of this series, you will learn how to do the research to determine the size of your target market and how to predict your potential near and longer term sales volume. With each iteration of the steps in the customer discovery process, you may discover information that causes you to reevaluate your assumptions about your products, your customers, and your value proposition. As you do, you will revise your business model canvas to reflect these changes. You should view your business model canvas as a living document. It is a powerful tool for building, growing, and pivoting a business. Changes are made easily and quickly as more data is gathered and assumptions change. Think of it as sort of a rinse and repeat methodology. Section 3 is channels, which represents how you will communicate with your customer. These channels include reaching them to get them to become customers, your sales channels, delivering your product or service to your customers, your distribution channels, and keeping customers happy and getting repeat sales from them, your customer support channels. In reality, customers will not automatically beat a path to you. You need to determine where they are and use the communication channels that they are listening to in order to attract them to you to generate sales. Once you have acquired a customer, it is just the beginning. Your distribution and support channels are crucial to building and growing your business. If these channels are not organized and healthy, you will be out of business in short order. Section 4 is customer relations. Once you have established your channels, you need to focus on how you will communicate with your customer. In a sense, determining who your customers are and how to reach them, while most important, means nothing if you don't know how to appeal to them to buy your product, what it will take to make them happy customers, and how to get them to buy a second time. Customer relations also includes making each customer a great reference and a source of referrals for additional customers. In summary, customer relations is about acquisition, making them a customer, conversion, having them purchase at least once, and retention, purchase again and refer others. The revenue stream section of your business model is where you describe where your revenue will be coming from and how you will collect it. You could describe your revenue streams in terms of your customer segments. For example, looking at the coffee shop example in the second training, you may define 3 revenue streams. 1, individual coffee shop customers. 2, your business customers. And 3, the catering companies with which you collaborate. If you are developing a product that requires periodic maintenance and you are offering maintenance both on a contract and per call basis, your revenue streams might be product sales, maintenance contracts, and maintenance calls. Maybe you have several products or service offerings. You might identify separate revenue streams for each of these offerings. How you collect revenue is extremely important as it relates to your cash flow. If you are collecting cash at the point of sale, this is pretty straightforward. If you are invoicing your customers, regardless of the terms of payment, there will be a delay between the sale and collecting the funds from the sale. This section is also where you indicate the tactics you will employ to determine pricing. This may be as simple as a statement that your pricing will reflect at least a 4 times multiple of your cost to build and deliver your product. It isn't necessary to quantify either the specific pricing for your product or service or the total annual sales you expect from each revenue stream in this section. However, if you have created financial projections, which were your homework in the second training, you should include these numbers as assumptions in this section. The left side of the canvas focuses on the internal elements of your business, including how you're going to deliver your product or service, the key activities, who is going to do it, the key partners, and what you need to do it, your key resources, and how much it is going to cost to do it, your cost structure. Section 6 is key partners. You most likely will not be doing everything yourself. Your key partners will work with you to perform functions that are not the core part of your business to deliver the value to your customers. For instance, if you have a coffee shop, you most likely will not be growing, harvesting, and roasting the coffee beans. In this case, you will be partnering with various suppliers to provide the roasted coffee beans and other supplies such as milk, sugar, cups, carafes, etc. that you need to deliver your product or service to your customers. Key partners may include, for example, your raw material suppliers, organizations that perform manufacturing processes for components of your product, and companies with which you develop strategic alliances to deliver a product or service that is a combination of the offerings of both companies. Make sure you also define what your key partners will be getting from you. It may be just a payment, or it may include promotion or recognition, because partnership is a two-way street. Key activities are your core competencies. They are a function of what you are good at and what you should and will be focusing on. For example, if you're an interior decorator that uses a CAD program for designing spaces for your customers, effective use and understanding of the software is one of your core competencies, as it allows you to perform your design functions rapidly. However, CAD software support and development is not a core competency for your business. You need to clearly define your key activities in order to determine what important activities of operating your business you consider outsourcing to key partners. There's sort of a balancing act that happens between key activities and key partners. Determining what you should do yourself and who you should use for other aspects of your operations will, of course, include consideration of the cost. Is it cheaper to outsource or to hire an expert, acquire the equipment and materials, etc., and do it yourself? Key resources are things that you need or must have to conduct business. Will you need a physical space for manufacturing or for inventory? Will you need a physical space where your customers visit to purchase your product, like a shop in which to sell coffee? Perhaps you are developing a proprietary product or invention for which you need to get a patent or trademark. Will you need to hire employees, and what qualifications and skills do they need to have? These are a few examples of key resources you need to build your business and deliver your product or service. Your cost structure includes all the cost of doing your business. Of course, your most important cost will be the cost of producing and delivering your product, the cost of goods sold, as we discussed in training session 2. In training session 2, we also discussed determining your other fixed and variable costs or expenses as part of developing your pro forma financial forecast. In this section of your business model, you should also record what you determine based on your financial projections, the net margin you expect to achieve after all expenses. When you have completed the first draft of your business model canvas, you will have completed your first round of the customer discovery phase. You should now have confirmed that you have found a product that meets the needs of your market and is sufficiently large for you to be profitable. You can now describe your typical customer and where to find them, and you have demonstrated that you can be profitable and can sustain future growth of your business. Now it's time to go get customers. Your homework from this session is to complete the first draft of your business model canvas. Remember, this is a living document and will continue to change as you learn more about your customers and market, make decisions about how you will operate, such as identifying and formalizing alliances with key partners. Thank you for participating in this training session as part of the Rural Nevada Pitch Competition. Remember to send your contact information to nvruralpitch2020@gmail.com to receive a copy of this presentation, additional information on the material presented here, tools to help you with your homework, and be added to our mailing list to receive reminders of each education event and links to register for the live office hour sessions. You can also request a personal session with a mentor to give you guidance on any aspect of your project. Keep up to date and submit your application to pitch your business on November 6th by visiting the website listed below this video. Good luck. We hope to see you at the live via Zoom office hours session on Tuesday, September 3rd at noon.